Welcome to the show. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. Cause it's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. Let's get something straight. Let's get things good. Let's do everything that we should. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Alright guys, what's going on? Let's have a good show tonight. This is your boy take back once again with another episode of Project Open Mic. I hope y'all doing well. I apologize for last week. I was helping out neighbors to do stuff, and that I was just being a helpful neighbor. That's what it was. So thank y'all for coming in, dropping in. Sorry for late start as well too, but hey, again, one-man show. But tonight I'm gonna keep it short, sweet. Maybe about an hour. We'll get straight into it, though. We have so much stuff to talk about. But I'm gonna talk about two topics that makes that I want to point out. Right now, I've gotten texts from certain people. Of course, a lot of people know. Let me bring my lovely mug on the screen. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, so tonight. For those who are joining in, I want to thank you for giving me your time, your mind, your ears, and to listen to what we are talking about tonight in tonight's show. Tonight's show, we're going to be talking about Caribbean nations, about this travel ban thing. A lot of people are getting it mixed construed. Not surprised, but they feel scared about stuff, which I shouldn't feel scared. But since I'm from the Caribbean as well, people have been texting me stuff, and I'm like, I'm kind of like irritated a little bit, but most of these people, some of these people are elderly people, so I respect my elders, and some is like, you can read and stuff to throw out, but like I said before, they're not really true news out there. I'm not a news podcast. I just talk about stuff. I do my research. I show my, as they will say, I show my receipts, so people could see what it is. And I thank y'all for giving me the time and therefore everything that you guys watching the show. We have about 1,000 people started out. And again, I apologize for last week. Like I said, just a lot of stuff been going on. And I was being a neighborly person helping out a young family with their house and stuff. So yes, but I'm back. So let's go ahead and talk about tonight's show. Another thing we want to talk about in tonight's show is about the hypocrisy of the heretics again. Can't help it. They always give me heretic take power. I don't get it. Why do I have a simple phrase sometimes? It's called prove me wrong. If you could prove me wrong, then I will, in most cases, I'll be like, you know what? You're right. I see my foolish ways. And here's the thing: I've been proven wrong a couple of times before. I am not that strong-headed to see if you tell me water's wet, then I'll be like, oh man, water is wet. No, I will. But a lot of people right now is losing their ever lesson mind. Because again, the left or Democrats, the young Democrats in America, no, not young Democrats, because old Democrats still doing this doing stuff like this. You guys are going out and vandalizing Tesla because you don't like Elon Musk. But again, he's the only company that has the most successful electric car out there. Are there other electric cars out there? Yes. Do they sell as much as the Teslas? No. Do they have an infrastructure like Tesla? No. I mean, this week the astronauts came back from space, and God bless them, happy that they're back home on planet Earth, and they thanked the president Elon Musk. They were up there. They were stranded for about 9 months. I know that's just I know that does something to your body to be weightless for about 9 months. I mean, your body, gravity, all that, man, they're gonna need to get experimented on to figure out certain things. I know that's not the longest time people have been up there in space. I think one person went up there for a whole year, 200 something days, but yeah, I know that is super, super crazy. Oh, apologize for that. But tonight's show, let's see, we're gonna be talking about like I said, the travel ban. I'm gonna talk about Tesla stuff because it's gonna be it's so weird. So with that, I also the person I'm gonna use for the travel ban stuff is a person I don't agree with a lot of times. I think he's wrong a lot of times. I get what he's trying to do, and I get the thing. But here's the thing: I'm not using somebody that I like and no, I'm using somebody that I disagree to prove a point, to say stuff, because again, is what's going on out there. A lot of people just thinking that in the travel ban is just like, oh, because I remember a person said me saying that, oh, Trump's gonna deport Kittitians and Nivisians. I'm like, what? Deport what? How are you gonna deport what? He gonna deport? That's not how the travel ban works. But again, people listen to other people. Listen to people. I mean, I've said it before on my. I said it before watching this show, guys. Fact check me, and go and see what I'm saying is correct. I have my receipts, but still check. Double check to see if the receipts is valid a little bit. Because again, I'm take everything. I'm trying to be truthful to y'all, but again, just check it as well too. Go on out and see that, because it's so people understand it's needed. That's what needs to be going on right now. So, first of all, tonight's show, let's talk. I'll leave the travel ban stuff on as a main course, but let's go into let's go into the hypocrisy stuff, like I always say they always do. Let's bring that up, because again, I don't understand the situation on this, and I deeply apologize for anybody who's watching. I'm trying to get the camera to turn, put me center screen. There you go. Autofocus onto that. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. All right. Anyway, let's go into like I said, the Tesla stuff, because a lot of people hate Tesla because again, here's another nomenclature that people was talking about. Oh my, Elon was an unelected position. He's an unelected bureaucrat. Again, almost 95 to 96% of the government are unelected bureaucrats. Fauci was not elected too, but he effed over this country and should be in jail. And that's another thing too. They found out about the auto pen stuff, and it might take away his bans, but I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. That Joe Biden was using the auto pen to sign. Of course he was using a pen. He was not there. His brain was not working. Duh. And more stuff is coming out to say that, yeah, he was mentally incapacitated. Shocker. Are you surprised by that? We saw how much time. I mean, what drugs were they pumping him up to keep him even though he made so much mistakes under that debate stage? What drugs they put into him to keep him corpus mentis, just to keep his brain working. You know? We know it's crazy stuff. That's for daggone sure. But again, just the way how people just
as Teslas are being targeted with bullets and.
Okay, so yes, come on, stop doing that. Okay, so yes, sorry about that, but let's get into it. We're talking about, like I said, so we're talking about so much for America's Uncensored, talking about so much for the environment. Like I said, it's so crazy. Like, that's the part about leftists I don't understand. Like, y'all literally are just doing stuff just to doing stuff, right? And again, people talk about January 6th. I am less worried about the January 6ers than left maniacs like these people. They're out doing horrible stuff, shooting, killing. They're literally doing way more damage, way more problems than what the January 6ers did that. Again, should some of them some of the January 6ers should have been in jail? Yes, they should have been in jail. Not all of them should have been freed. So miss me with that, because I'm not as straight this. I'm not, like I said, I'm a libertarian, but I ain't that kind of crazy. Funny enough, like I said before, I was into John Stossel on something, and I was like, John Stossel's latest video, you know, I play his videos on this channel as well, on this podcast as well. And I disagree with John Stossel. Funny me, a lot of people in the comment section disagree with him too. I think this one might be one of his lowest agreed videos. He had another one talking about free trade, and it didn't work out the way. I disagree with him on that too. So again, I don't agree with everybody in that 100%, and you ain't gonna agree with me 100%. But let's have a conversation. Let's talk about, see what I'm saying, and have the rationalization of what's going on in the world. All right. So let's go with this.
In arson, Tesla owners are on edge. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. Teslas across the U.S. are under attack. Arsonists and vandals are hunting Tesla cars, chargers, and dealerships, leaving smoke and ash behind in their crusade.
Which is so stupid. We want a clean and green earth, but you're gonna burn electric cars, which are also the most toxic out of all the cars, because that lithium battery and sulfate and all the other stuff for the battery burn. One, it's a different type of burn than gas cars, so it's harder to put out, and it's very more toxic. How stupid are people?
Against Elon Musk. This is the most a Tesla has been under siege since Nikola by Edison. The most recent attack happened in Las Vegas earlier this week. It appears the suspect used a combo of Molotov cocktails and guns.
Look at that.
This happened just a day after an attack at a local Kansas City Tesla dealership, which in turn happened after many other attacks. I haven't seen this many cars damaged since Street Fighter II.
Police say surveillance images from the dealership shows Adam Matthew Lansky.
Really, bro?
Piece of loser.
So you literally throwing Molotov cocktails?
Throwing Molotov cocktails at the dealership, sparking fires. In a separate incident, police alleged that Lansky fired several rounds into the dealership and at least one vehicle.
And they told me that it had been shot. The bullet had entered the windshield, went through the passenger seat, and then went through the interior of the door in the back seat.
Man, were they using the same bullets that the CIA, Oswald used on JFK? It's gotten to the point that even Europe is facing these attacks. This all started the night before Trump's inauguration, but it's been ramping up, particularly in the past few weeks. I guess you would call this a cyber attack? It's been absolutely devastating, especially for the arsonists setting themselves on fire. This might be the only time a person's body is worse for the atmosphere than a car. In addition to setting fires and shooting bullets, perpetrators have been leaving messages behind like, Trump sold us, F Elon Musk, and trans rights are human rights? What? What the fuck? Wow. I didn't realize Trans Am enthusiasts were so militant.
Exactly.
Of course, they're also writing Nazi, Elon is Nazi scum, and even kill Elon. So they're destroying cars like it's Street Fighter, but hunting Nazis like it's Wolfenstein? As a protest, it's a bit sloppy, but if this were a game, I'd buy the heck out of it.
Yes, it is. And these people are crazy psychos that most politicians has literally gassed them up to be stupid fodder, to be basically the front line fodder of stuff. That's what this is. It's idiotic.
I think the Axis powers won World War II with the amount of swastikas displayed everywhere. Not even Jewish Tesla owners are safe. Yes,
Nope.
It seems the best way to fight Nazis is to go around vandalizing Jewish people's property and drawing swastikas. On the bright side, they could probably make a profit selling this to Kanye. Why do so many people think Elon Musk, a pretty adamant supporter of Israel, is a Nazi? Could it be the media claiming Musk believes Hitler didn't murder millions, that he's a Holocaust denier, based off him retweeting this post making the correct point that Hitler, as well as Stalin and Mao, did not personally kill everyone themselves? Look.
Which is true, but their power and the power that they wield kill millions of people, and people are stupid enough to follow them. The influences though, Elon.
Look, I get being concerned about Musk's influence in the Trump administration. I've been very critical about his ties to China. And let's not forget that time he got a haircut that looked like someone dropped a poop emoji on his scalp.
Literally.
But what happened to being concerned about green energy and protecting the environment? Do people not care about these environmental issues anymore?
Nope.
I guess lighting yourself on fire is one way to permanently reduce your carbon footprint.
Hey, I'm not against it. I don't condone violence, but I'm not against it.
It's a little strange because that was the reason why so many people, especially celebrities, bought Teslas.
I didn't get the Tesla because I support Elon. Like, I got it because, it's eco-friendly. Like, I don't have to spend on gas. I just wanted a car.
Ironic that someone being called a Nazi is trying to stop people from releasing gas clouds. Because of all the attacks, Tesla owners now have to pay more in insurance costs. And people investing in Tesla shares are losing money. People who tried going green just wound up losing green. Because of all this, many on the right are calling these attacks domestic terrorism, including Trump, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, which is wild because before this, the most terrorizing thing about Tesla owners was getting trapped in a conversation with one where they wouldn't shut up about the car.
That's
Mr.
true.
President, you talked about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some say they should be labeled domestic terrorists because...
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. We're going to catch you, and you're going to go through hell.
Now, many left-leaning outlets like The Intercept and MSNBC would have you believe that the Trump administration is threatening people with jail time simply for protesting Musk's company.
That's the part again. And this is what I said. When you watch stuff like this, that's why I'm trying to do the travel ban conversation right now, because people are stupid enough to fall for this nonsense. Peaceful protests, no problem. But they're not doing that. They're showing the part where they're literally people shooting into the daggone. People can get killed. And also throwing Molotov cocktails, as you just saw. One walked up and did that. The guy doing that. Those things explode. They could do a lot more damage because they're different types of car than a regular gas car.
While the Attorney General of the United States effectively tried to threaten folks with jail time if they voiced their dissatisfaction with Musk's company.
That is not what she said.
If you're going to touch a Tesla, go to a dealership, do anything, you better watch out because we're coming after you.
Wow.
And
Well,
if you're funding this, we're coming after you. We're going to find out who you are.
If you go to a dealership? No. We've all got a First Amendment right.
Really? I said.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
This is why y'all losing so much smart viewers. Y'all are crazy. You cut her stuff. You perfectly cut it so it could be solid like that. 1 and 2. Yeah, you will go to the dealership. Don't go to the dealership to kill and shoot up the dealership. Duh.
To stand on a sidewalk with signs outside a dealership.
You could
Even
do that.
after President Trump and his top campaign donor and the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, all started threatening Americans who don't support Elon Musk's
That's not what it meant, Richard Madhow.
car company. They started threatening people that they'd be hit with terrorism charges, or that these, boycotting Tesla or protesting against Tesla was somehow specially illegal in a way that other forms of protests aren't, which is nonsense legally.
However, that's very misleading. I know, mainstream media not being totally accurate.
Thank you.
The video I showed you earlier was Trump responding to violent attacks. And Attorney General Pam Bondi, in the clip MSNBC showed you, was not talking about the nonviolent protests.
Of course
She was
not.
focused on fighting against the targeting of people because of political affiliation and the physical, illegal attacks on Teslas. You know, this
Like
kind
that.
of protest.
Exactly.
I'm no legal scholar, but I'm at least 73% certain the First Amendment doesn't cover arson. In fact, there's even a website called DogeQuest that puts a target on Tesla owners' backs with a searchable map revealing names, addresses, and phone numbers of Tesla owners. If you have any doubts as to what it's meant for, the site's cursor is a Molotov cocktail. Subtle.
Exactly. Exactly. I like it how they're gonna use Tesla energy right now. Ah, Lord.
The map also includes the addresses of Tesla dealerships, the rough locations of Tesla superchargers, and the personal information of Doge employees.
Oh,
404
wow.
Media says DogeQuest will remove a person's data if they provide proof that they've sold their Tesla.
How
It's like
about you
the
kiss my
anti-Tesla
butt?
mafia telling owners it'd be a shame if your Tesla was attacked. Seems like the attackers assume all Tesla owners support Elon, even though that's clearly not true.
That's not true.
In fact, 404 Media spoke with the Tesla owner they found through DogeQuest, who turned out to be anti-Elon. But they're now scared for their family's safety since, some of these protesters probably aren't super careful about avoiding harming others when they're accidentally setting themselves on fire. Threatening people to change their behavior with potential violence over politics does sound like domestic terrorism.
Yeah, it is.
Now, legally speaking, there is no U.S. federal law for domestic terrorism. It's kind of like porn. You just kind of know it when you see it and hope you don't run into someone engaging in it while you're at the library. But there is a federal definition. It defines domestic terrorism as activities involving acts dangerous to human life intended to intimidate or coerce civilians, influence government policy, or affect government conduct by mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping within U.S. jurisdiction. Their actions fit that to a T, and that T is for Tesla. But while there is a definition, the federal government doesn't actually impose penalties for domestic terrorism specifically. Instead, that's left to the states, and 32 states plus Washington, D.C. have them. But even
Let's look at these states here. Okay. Of course, California wins. Am I shocked that California does not have a domestic terror, as I said? And again, I'm not even, the definition is what it is, but how about, even if we don't have that, how about don't destroy people's property if it's not yours? Decency, people. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, black, white, trans, whatever. Be good. Don't go scratch somebody's Tesla. Because you don't like, like, I saw this old man come up and scratch it. Like, bro, you're 60 years old. Stop acting like a child.
States plus Washington, D.C. have them. But even without domestic terrorism laws, there are still a bunch of crimes that the perpetrators can be charged with, like firing a gun or throwing a Molotov cocktail at a vehicle.
Again, kind of funny. Y'all don't like guns, but then you're using guns to shoot at people because you don't like Elon Musk. Again, heretics.
Instead of destroying it with your bare hands and feet like a true world warrior. Which reminds me, check out this video I did about Street Fighter 2 and what it can teach us about globalization.
So I leave that one out of that. All right, that right there just shows what I'm talking about. You see how crazy that is? Y'all against guns, but you use guns to terrorize other people. You said we want green, we want to protect the environment, but you're doing things that destroy the environment more. That's why I say a lot of Democrats are heretics, because they talk out of one side of the mouth and don't do it exactly. Rules for thee, not for me. That's how they do it. That's how they've always been doing it. Again, it's kind of weird. That don't make no sense in what they're doing, but they're easily, as Stalin said, useful idiots. And that's what they are, useful idiots. So riled up, so emotionally, I don't want to use that. Stunted, I use a different word, stunted in their thinking. They're emotionally not intelligent. And what I mean by that is, you say Elon, they go, I hate Elon, just like I know some people who like, you say Trump, they go, look, I hate Kamala, all right? I don't like Kamala for a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna say I hate her. I just don't like the woman. I ain't gonna say I hate her. I don't like the woman because the woman's full of crap. No, I forgot, because my friend got killed. Yeah, I do. That'll be a lie. That'll do. Biden, he's just old.
You piece of loser.
That's what he is, so I'll leave that at that. But it's like, that is so crazy, though, to go and shoot up people's places, man. And throw Molotov cocktails at people's Tesla. Y'all nuts. Y'all are definitely nuts with that nonsense thinking. But, whatever. So, I want to go through like I said, I'm not going to go through this fully, the whole video, but I'm going to set this up, talk about it, and then call it a night. Like I said, guys, started late. I apologize for that. But just let people understand how have a show for tonight. Let me set it up here on the screen right here. Draft list of a new travel ban. Progress. Trump targets 43 countries. A draft circulating inside an administration lists 3 tiers of countries whose citizens may face restriction on entering the United States. Again, that's more Americans going out, but again, it's the New York Times. Now, am I surprised by it again? Leftist media talking about this way? Again, check out Ground News. Ground News will help a lot of people out. I'm not sponsored by them, but dang, please do. Speaking about sponsors, I also want to talk about our sponsors for tonight's show, which is
thing I'd see on the news. But that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart, and then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with 3 private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for 3rd grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
And there you go. Thank you for sponsoring the Project Over Mike show. Again, I'm not for pharmaceuticals, but a brain is needed because I think a lot of people have lost their ever-loving mind. But anyway, let's get into the other topic, which is the main topic of tonight.
Proposes Trump targets 43 countries. That's kind of a mouthful. I'm not going to share the article with you, but I am going to get right to the list. Obviously, this is a proposal. Stuff moves fast in the Trump administration, but this is Trump travel ban version 2.0. and we're going to see how this goes. So there's 3 different categories here. There's red, orange, and yellow. The first category, red, means all travel banned. You've got about 11 countries here. Most of them wouldn't surprise you too much. The Afghanistans, the Irans, the Yemens. A couple standouts. Bhutan. Not many Bhutanese people that I know. Surprising that they're on there. Pretty peaceful country. Also of interest, Venezuela. Our own Javier from Venezuela. They call him the tax terminator. Has a U.S. visa. Will that U.S. visa stay in effect? Will he be able to get another U.S. visa? Or is he just persona non grata now in the United States? Venezuelans, under this proposal, will see all travel to the United States banned. I would imagine this is some kind of diplomatic, negotiation where that could be changed under a new administration. I guess any of these countries, the administration changed, they'd open it up. So all travel banned probably doesn't affect you unless you are in Venezuela. If you're a dual citizen, I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Orange, visas sharply restricted. Again, countries that you probably wouldn't be surprised by. Belarus, Eritrea, Haiti, Laos, not sure why. I guess, communist country. Myanmar, Pakistan, Russia, Sierra Leone, South Sudan, Turkmenistan. So if you plan on getting that new Sierra Leone citizenship program for $140,000 and giving up all your other citizenships, visas for the U.S. will be sharply restricted for you. Most people will never want to be a Sierra Leone citizen by investment, but if you thought that'd be like your 5th passport or something, keep that in mind. Now, here's what matters. The yellow, 60 days to address concerns, and I'll go into what that means in a minute. You've got, again, some suspects you might not be that surprised about. Angola and Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea, which the U.S. actually had I thought, a good oil relationship with. Liberia, okay, fine. But among that list are countries that offer citizenship by investment. Vanuatu, whose citizenship program is a niche one. It's interesting for some people. It could be the last resort for others. Cambodia, which has a rather obscure citizenship program as well. All but one of the Caribbean countries, so St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Dominica, and Antigua and Barbuda. The one that's not on the list is Grenada. Grenada has had an E2 visa relationship with the United States. So if you get Grenada's citizenship by investment, it used to be you could just immediately go and apply for a U.S. E2 visa, let's say by starting a lawn mowing business and hiring some people. You go, show your business plan, make a contribution of capital, and an E2 national can get in. So people like from China were going and getting Grenada passports to get that E2 status, opening a business in the U.S., applying for the E2 visa. And what was cool about that was you don't have to be a U.S. taxpayer if you don't spend the requisite amount of days in the U.S. They made that harder to where now you actually have to live in Grenada after getting the citizenship to qualify.
Which is makes sense to me, and I get that. I'm letting him talk a little bit because I'm gonna tell you what are reasons for some of this thing.
They imposed that connection requirement, but perhaps because of that E2 relationship, Grenada is not on the list. And so those countries have 60 days to address concerns of the U.S. The article says it is not clear whether people with existing visas will be exempted from the ban or if their visas will be canceled. I'll comment on that in a moment. Nor is it clear whether the administration intends to exempt existing green card holders who are already approved for lawful permanent residence. I've said for years, green card's perhaps one of the worst statuses that you can have. This is a call to action. If you've got a green card, either get out, ideally before you become a long-term green card holder after 8 years of presence, and you have to pay exit taxes like a citizen, or naturalize and become a permanent U.S. citizen. You still could be denaturalized if they could find any errors in your application, but as long as you do things properly, you should be fine. Being a green
And that's why I stand for doing that, because me and my family did it the right way. We had a green card, and then we got nationalized.
Green card holder is not the level of permanence that people think it is. I wouldn't want a green card personally, but if you like the ability to live in the United States, my personal opinion, without knowing your unique situation, is most people should naturalize or get out. Green card holders are not going to be as protected as they think they are. Now, let's talk about that yellow list where the citizenship by investment countries are. 22 countries that be given 60 days to clear perceived deficiencies with the threat of being moved onto one of the other lists if they did not comply. Failing to share with the United States information about incoming travelers. Oh yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, the US requires, for planes that want to land, for countries that want visa-free travel, they want a lot of data from those countries. Also, purportedly inadequate security practices for issuing passports. That would be targeting citizenship by investment. This idea that somehow you can go to a lot of countries, including countries that have visa-free access to the United States, and the naturalization process doesn't really require that many documents. But when I went through the process in St. Lucia, for example, and we help our clients get citizenship by investment all around the world, I've got to disclose literally everything I've ever done, every company, everything.
Which I have to say, that's a good thing. I have the problem with that. Why? Because again, I want to know who the hell is coming into my building, into my house. Again, it's up to me to let you in the house, but I want to know you're coming into the house. I want to know if you're not a criminal, you're not a kingpin, you're not a drug lord, you're not I don't know, as I'm going to get to, a child toucher. Or should I say, let's just say molester. Let's go with that. But anyway.
And they check. And oh, by the way, they have the systems. We had one gentleman, he wasn't aware that there was a pending issue, and the government in one of these Caribbean countries knew it before he even got it. And so the fact that that is somehow, inadequate security processes for issuing passports, here's what it is. And I don't care if it's Biden, and I don't care if it's Trump.
And it was both, and Biden was starting this before Trump, but as you can see, as I just showed up before, the news media is just more biased to Trump. So to say, oh, Orange Man bad. And again, they secretly wanted Trump to win because they needed their ratings to get back up there, because under Biden, people were just like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, I digress. Let's keep going.
It is a legacy brand country that for my entire life has existed off of the fumes of previous generations without really innovating, without desiring to be competitive. Now there's more competition in the world. And rather than welcoming competition as they would claim that they would, hey, we're capitalists, we welcome competition. No, they fight back and they tell little St. Lucia, little St. Kitts and Nevis, hey, you guys offer citizenship to thoroughly vetted people in exchange for donations that builds affordable housing and roads and schools. And yeah, we don't like that our citizens can get your passport. And if they wanted to, give up ours and go and live in your country tax-free. A lot more people are realizing, our clients who have $1 million in liquid assets or more, yeah, why would I want to pay taxes in the US, which get wasted?
But
What?
Exactly. They get wasted. I agree with you on that, sir. That's why we need to fix the problem. But again, people want to burn down Tesla because they don't want the money to go wasted. Again, I don't understand the thinking there, but who am I?
It's such a high level. When I can get a second passport and go and live in a tropical paradise or anywhere else they choose and potentially pay zero tax free from the interference of the US. The other issue is selling of citizenship to people from banned countries. So what I think that we'll immediately see.
Bing, ding, 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 ding. You hit the nail on the head. That's the reason why they're doing it. But again, you let the New York Times tell you. You go look at what Trump, again, just like I showed you when people talk about, it is, what's that? What was that website I was saying? I forgot because Trump won and I don't really care no more. But is that the website that a lot of the Democrats keep on pushing? Oh, he's this. Well, I'm like, Trump has his own website. If you don't, how about you go to his website and see what he's saying? Not the thing from the we call it again, foundation. The foundation. No, I forgot the foundation. I apologize, but the one that everybody always talk about that Trump. If you go to read that, blah 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 blah. But that was from a conservative foundation talking about what which happened. And again, I read it on live on the air talking about it. Majority of stuff I agree with as well too. So it's kind of weird, but that was not Trump's. That was not his platform. He literally had a platform. While Kamala Harris had, all she had was a platform that had barely anything on it, but mostly donate. And Trump had a whole he had a whole thing talking about his talking about his situation and talking about, I don't know, let me know about your terms, let me know about the issues. That's why people are voting. We're not voting for stupid crap. That's why they're doing this. Is what he's saying right now, and I'm gonna give you an example of that, and then we call it a night.
Is a lot of these Caribbean countries will go and say, okay, fine, Venezuela is on the red list. We won't sell Venezuelan citizenship. So if you're Venezuelan and you've been listening to me for years, say, get your second passport, you might have missed your chance. Because I personally saw, right after the Russia-Ukraine war, Russian citizens who were opposed to their own country's government be kicked out of the queue by Caribbean citizenship programs where they had applied before those countries banned them. They just got kicked out midstream. And yet some people are still saying, well, you know, how much worse can it get? I'll wait until it gets bad enough. You may not have the ability. The bottom line is, yeah, selling citizenship to people from banned countries. Yeah, if you're from Angola, if you're from Venezuela, if you're from Afghanistan, you might have one less option. Doesn't apply to most of our audience. But the question is, how much pressure will the U.S. government put in these countries beyond just saying, hey, don't let Iranians participate in your program? Many programs already don't allow Iranians, don't allow Afghanis, don't allow this, don't allow that. Okay, I don't think that these programs will push back that hard on that. And, you know, if you're not Belarusian or Angolan, I guess you should care about the creeping restrictions, but it doesn't impact you immediately.
And okay, so, and I'm gonna try to, if I can find it right now. So I'll do what I'm gonna do this right now. So that's why they are doing that. That is why they're doing this. And I'm gonna give you an example. Again, I come from the beautiful island of Nevis. That's where I come from. Let me see if I can get Google Map. I'm gonna try to see. It's nighttime. So on map. Let's go to map. I'm from the beautiful island of Nevis. Okay, that's where I'm from. Excuse me. But I want to show you guys some stuff here, and this is as an example, and then give you a case situation where it kind of hurt. It kind of hurt people. Okay, so here we go. So we'll be, where was it? Was it this way? It'll be this way. I think so. Thinking this way. Keep on going, keep on going. I think, okay, let's go this way. Let's bring this. Okay, let's expand here and bring, come on. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Go this way. Bingo. Here we go. Here we go. So there we go. I wanna too close. Too oh my goodness. Let's go here. Okay, there we go. Now you go and you can see these buildings because they're basically grown up. There's literally trees. They don't have no roof. They're trees growing into these things. Let's keep on going. Can I see? Yeah, there you go. They're just, crappy and crappy, of course. So I'm gonna show you. I'm showing you this for a reason. Okay. So Sickers and Nevis had gave this. There was a child molester that came from Canada, who couldn't travel to do stuff, and the guy was a pain in the ass. He's a sick individual. He came from Canada and he couldn't travel, of course. So he went and did investment by citizen by investment. So he went to try to build these, build buildings and stuff like that. These buildings right here, if you go, I can tell you this right now. These buildings been here for a long, long time. And the reason I say that, they're unoccupied. You can see right here, they have scaffolding still. There's stuff, they're breaking it down and everything. They got no windows or nothing. Because the man was like, oh, here's I'm gonna invest. And this is a part that does kill me. Like, it is super sick that you're sick, like you're sick like this. But I'm gonna invest money, okay, into Nevis to get a citizenship. All right. Nevis is sick, so that's what it is. But yeah. As soon as he got that passport, all these buildings stopped getting built. All the buildings got still built. And he went and he took the passport and flew into other countries. And shocked and amazed.
No, son of a bitch!
He went to molest more kids. Y'all are some sick people who do that, who mess with kids, grown ass men. I need a man at that age. You're sick. That's like you're 60 years old, scratching up people's Teslas because of car. You're 60 years old and you can't. You think it's crazy to go mess with little kids, be child touchers? Oh, you're a special place in hell for y'all people. Stuff like that is what they're trying to stop. That's what the administration is trying to put. Just vet them more better, and see what they're gonna do, and that's all. That's all it is. Now, a citizen like me, I'm not gonna get deported. No, I don't believe that. And two, if you're doing stuff legally, you don't have nothing to worry about legally. But if you're a criminal person, do stuff in the past, yeah, that's gonna be an issue. But those buildings are still there to this day, and whatever. Like we went home last year. And those buildings are still there. Trees are growing up into them, like you see right here. No windows. It breaking apart. You built all these buildings. I just showed you a lot of buildings. All these buildings, they built. All behind this stuff, grown up. Just is growing up and nothing's going on. Some has glasses on them, some don't. But again, the building is empty. They're unoccupied. So that's the ban that everybody's scared about. Ooh, that people need to worry about. Stop. Don't worry about this, okay? You got nothing to do if you're doing good. All you gotta do is, basically just make sure to vet the people like St. Lucia. As you can see, St. Lucia is doing it, and they have no problem, and they're not on a ban list. Just do that, and you're good. That's all it is. Don't make it so difficult. But that's what I just want to explain that to some people out there. Just do good. I know it's hard to be a good person. Okay. And the other stuff out there I could talk about for sure. Talking about Anthony Mackie, and he was talking about the death of masculinity, but then somewhere in that podcast he still went to go kiss men. But it's weird. But like I said, I got stuff to talk about, but hey, I didn't want to overwhelm y'all tonight with the show. I just wanted to talk about that situation there, and also the Teslas. People, stop going out and destroy stuff. Leftists, stop going out there and destroy stuff and causing more toxins to be in the air. Y'all are environmentalists, but y'all do this. It makes no sense at all. At all. All right. So again, I want to, so for tonight's show, again, like I said, short, sweet, to the point. Thank you for that. Thank you for giving me your time, your ears, and your eyes to listen and see what we're talking about in tonight's show. Remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors. That's how you can be a great community. Again, I stand for good. Like I said, I am a fallen person. I am not an angel among angels. I have sinned. But I will never stand with evil, and evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, nationality, political party. Evil's evil, okay? Like I just said with John Stossel. John Stossel, libertarian. I agree with most of his videos, but some of the stuff he says, I'm not a part of, because that's crazy. So, I'm not gonna use. You would never see me use migrant as a positive term for illegal migrants or illegal aliens or illegal immigrants. You're illegal for a reason. But if you're a true migrant, no matter whatever, yeah. But other than that, no. All right? That's what it is. Because like I say, I stand with good people, not evil. Because evil comes in all those things. So wish you all the best of good luck. Have a good weekend. We'll catch you on next Thursday again for March. Hopefully nothing crazy happens, but again, thank you for watching the show tonight. We didn't really get up that much because I started late and everything. We got about 28,000 people in the building, so thank y'all for that. Again, you catch us all on multiple platforms. Project Worldwide is played worldwide on multiple platforms: Tempo FM, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Locals, Spotify, Nico, You Live, You Now, which is in, like I said, those are in Europe and in Japan. I want to thank you for giving me your time for that. All right. Remember, last but not least, remember, people are stupid, individuals smart. Be that smart individual. All right. Catch y'all next time. Peace out.